Hello and welcome back to Cisco Knowledge Base. This is Zach from Content Security Team. Today we'll discuss a quick topic, which is how to perform an AsyncOS upgrade with the Cisco hybrid web appliance. It could be physical or virtual. The architecture is changed a little bit. It's a push model versus a pull model where you or administrator are typing an upgrade command and executing the upgrade at the time. So the current model will allow to sync up with the clock when the upgrade need to be performed. Let's run through the quick steps. This is the documentation page where all the user guide will reside, and that will be the permanent home for documentation. Step 2 is to sync up with the upgrade window. Those are the actual precise time when the administrator for a given company will they can schedule the time. So initially when we do a setup wizard, they allow you to do 2 windows, but then you can add more as needed. Then you log in to the command line via SSH, and we look at the hybrid D log and also the upgrade log. Just look at the activity. There's no upgrade command from the CLI starting with the hybrid web appliance 9.2 release. So some of the simple logs will look like this. This is the upgrade log. When the download initiated, it will show the build that is downloading, the time, and the verdict. If the window is not currently in match, in the hybrid D log, we'll see this message, currently not in any upgrade window. And that directly correlates with the local appliance time. So it's not the upgrade servers, it's the local appliance time on the machine itself. Furthermore, the hybrid D log rather, will show some activity as well for the upgrade that is in progress at the time. And once it's complete, it will check for another upgrade, and then we will reboot. Supported model initially for virtual appliance, it will be 000V for demo purpose, 100V, and then 300Vs. So with that, we'll follow these. We'll look at the documentation real quick. So here's the documentation link that currently today all the user guides reside. Dashboard at 9.2 will also come in, and we'll have a user guides permanently reside here. So this is my GUI. It's under System Administration, Upgrade and Update Setting, and Time. So currently is set for Thursday, starting at 1 p.m. We'll match today's date. Today is Wednesday. And then we'll match the time, let's say 3 p.m. for 2 hours. So you notice here the message, it says maximum of 3 days between the windows. So automatically, if you try to submit here, it will complain. We need to pick a second date, second one. At least these are the minimum requirement for the upgrades. So from Wednesday, counting 3 days available, it's automatically will omit Thursday and Friday. So false to the choices will be Saturday or Sunday. If I change this to something else, that will be 3 days from there. So we'll leave the time as it is. We'll submit. So right now it's between 3 to 5 local time. We'll commit to change. Okay. Going back to the documentation, basically we updated this time. We'll log into CLI and tail these two logs. First one is the upgrade log and then hybrid D log. So if we look at the current date on the machine, December 23rd, 1529, we said starting at 3 o'clock, which is well under the window. So simple ways to do it, to grab it simply. So first one is the upgrade log, which is all the way on the bottom. In this case is 37. And we want to tail it to look at the new information. So right away, if you see it says download and installation of AsyncOS 062 build. So currently, if you look at it, it's on AsyncOS 92058 build. So that is the next upgrade is available on the machine. Then we'll look at the other log, which is hybrid D log, as we said, number 16 here. And that's the log was added with the 9.2. So this will also show the waiting for the configuration updates all done. Then at this point, it shows their duration for 2 hours. It tells the date, that's W is for Wednesday. Checking for the upgrade, and there is a newest hybrid upgrade display, 9.2, and it tells which release or the build as a tag. In here is 9.2.0.62. So this is also the key shows here. In here, these are the verification for the SHA keys to make sure it's a valid machine is trying to push down the upgrade to. And at this point, once the upgrade is completed and the time is still valid within the 2 hours, which we have configured here between 2 to 5, I think 3 to 5 rather, and that 2 hours within, it will reboot. So that's pretty much it. If you look at our notes, that all it is, looking at the upgrade logs, make sure it's kicked in, looking at the hybrid D log, and make sure it's pulling the right tag for the AsyncOS for the hybrid web appliance. And once it's completed, if the time is still reside within, it will reboot the appliance as well. Now, with some of the lab testing we perform, what happens if there is a power outage within this window? So, for example, at this time, I still have about an hour and 20 minutes. If there is a power outage at this time and machine shuts down and reboot, this process will kick back in again. So all we got to do is just tail these two logs again, which is the hybrid D log and then upgrade log. As long as this window is still within 2 hours that we set, and in our case it's between 2 to 5, this will kick in automatically. For whatever reason, if you have to shut down the machine and schedule a different time, once you power off, power back on, they allow you to change it as well. So that's the extent of the upgrade. So at this point, it will sit there on this screen until the whole code is downloaded and applied and rebooted. And here it's the same thing. So once it's reboot, it will come up on build 062. Let's make sure. Do we have anything else in the notes? That's about it. So just to summarize really quick, this is for the AsyncOS upgrade on Cisco Hybrid Web Appliance. It's starting with the 9.2 builds. user guides and other resources will be residing here. By default, it allows you to configure 2 upgrade windows, 3 days apart. And then once the setup wizard is completed, we can add as many rows as possible or like to. To access this from the CLI, we'll tail the upgrade logs and the hybrid D log. There's no upgrade command on the CLI with the hybrid. So, let's see. So since the upgrade is still running, I am still running on 0.58 build. Is the one that we started with. If you look at here on the top. So AsyncOS 9.2.0 for web builds 0.58. And we will experience a little bit slowness during the upgrade, and there is it's better to have a downtime for the client, but during the upgrade as recommended, or at least low number of clients going through, off hours, etc. Okay, we will continue on. After the pause, just wanted to make sure machine boots up. So this is a virtual appliance. In this case, I had looking at the console itself, and this machine is booted after a few minutes. It took just the AsyncOS restarting, applying the changes, etc. Let's log in on the network now. This is again, it's a virtual machine, so this is logging through the console. So we'll log into this machine here. So after applying the changes and looking back, if you look at the AsyncOS, now we are up to 62. Previous build, if you remember, it was 58 rather. And if you look at the upgrade command, as we mentioned in the documentation, the upgrade command on the CLI with the 9.2 Cisco Web Hybrid Appliance is not available. So if we try to type an upgrade, that will not work in this case. So the best way is to matching those in the window as we looked at it earlier. We set it up for the time when we have the actual downtime for our clients. In this case was between 3 and 5. So we set for 2 hours. It downloaded. We looked at it, our hybrid D log, and also looked at our upgrade log. After verifying it, that is new version is being downloaded and applied. And once it reboots, we will see 0.62, or in this case, the new build from 58. At the same time, if we have any trouble, we always have an option to log into the console. If it's a physical or virtual, this is through the vCenter, logging through the virtual appliance and looking at the console itself, any activity, and you will see the similar behavior on the physical appliance as well with the AsyncOS starting services. With that, thank you so much for watching this video, and hope to see you in another knowledge base. Thanks again. Have a good day, have a good afternoon, and have a good evening. Thank you again. This is Zach from Content Security Team. Bye-bye.